Hello, welcome to Bronze Tier Pros, where we talk PC gaming, geek news, and this week we're talking about Discord. I am Barrett, and with me is my famous co-host, Jordan.
You keep going with famous, and I don't think that word means what you think it means.
Ooh,
I mean,
I'm pretty sure based on my Urban Dictionary definition, it does.
what's the definition? Known by more than one person, then you're spot on.
Oh shoot!
But
that's exactly what it means, I believe.
well, then you're correct, and I'm sorry I tried to prove you wrong.
Oh well, I accept your apology.
All right, so we're talking Discord today, but first we have some news, right?
You bet. Well, actually, I think what games came out this week? I know there was quite a few.
Oh, that's right. There's not too many actually. Mortal Kombat 11 released on the 23rd. I know you were pretty interested in that.
I was super psyched about it, and I've watched some reviews, and I've been itching to want to buy it, but apparently it's got a little bit of controversy in it because they've made the grind almost ridiculous to get this stuff to kind of push microtransactions.
Oh, and don't do that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they've done it before. This isn't like brand new, but a lot of the stuff, if you play Mortal Kombat, there's like a crypt unlock thing where you can get like fatalities and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it gives you a lot of temporary items, but you never get good temporary items. And if you want to actually get farther in like some of the online events, you have to have the items. So yeah, very grindy.
That's unfortunate. Well, it got an 83 on Metacritic with a 2.7 from user scores, though. So that is interesting. That's probably purely the microtransaction thing.
Yeah, so they've actually announced that they're actually going to do 2 patches to help make the grind easier, which is like, why didn't you do this sooner?
But, yeah. That's just unfortunate. I know a lot of people love those Mortal Kombat games.
I think it'll be good. I think they definitely realize that they've messed up, so they'll fix it. And so if you're okay overlooking the initial launch a little bit, then the game will still be fine to pick up.
Good to know. Alright, another game that came out the 26th is actually the day we're recording this. It is Days Gone. That one, I actually haven't heard much about it, but it's supposedly another, the world ended. Now there's a bunch of, not zombies, they're called freakers, apparently. And you're one dude on a motorcycle, I guess trying to find out what happened to your wife or something like that. I don't know exactly.
Yeah, that one's kind of an interesting. I believe it's a PlayStation exclusive.
Yeah, it is. It's a open world action adventure game.
Yeah, they've been touting that game for a while. Apparently, like, you only get one motorcycle, so you gotta maintain it and take care of it throughout.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like it's gonna be interesting, but
I actually watched the review this morning. It didn't do too good. Metacritic's giving it a 72. User scores a 7.2, so about the exact same. But they were saying like it's fun for a little while, but the story's not necessarily there, and it's annoying to like your bike takes damage from like everything apparently, but that can be done in a patch or two. So,
that's kind of interesting. Yeah,
have to see what happens with it.
I never thought it was going to be like an amazing new Last of Us style game for them. I just kind of thought it would be like a kind of fun zombie-esque, freaker-esque game that you can kind of just sandbox a little bit with zombies.
That could work, though. Sometimes those games are just fun to just mess around on.
Yeah, and 70's not too bad, so that's all right.
Yeah. Let's see. Dragon's Dogma Dark Horizon has arrived on the Switch on the 23rd. I have a few buddies that actually love that game. I myself haven't played it, but he always recommended me to play it, and I have ignored him. So, but I actually heard really good things about it. It looks like a lot of fun, actually.
Excellent. Yeah, I don't know anything about it. I do know lots of people are psyched for it, so
yeah,
good for them.
The game I've been waiting for, Imperator Rome, came out on the 25th, and I'm really bad at it. Yet again, I didn't finish the tutorial, and what little tutorial it is, that was my first mistake. But it's actually a lot of fun so far. But I've already kind of explained what it is. Just another Paradox grand strategy game right after the fall of Alexander the Great. So if you're into that type of that time, it's a good game to pick up.
Cool. Yeah, I know you're gonna disappear for a while you play it. So.
I'm trying not to. I mean, that's a game I can talk with people while I play it. Luckily,
nice.
But that's really all the games I have this week. Not too much going on.
It's fair. Is there anything coming out next week?
Next week, the only game that I've really even heard of is Final Fantasy 12, the Zodiac Age, and I've played none of those games. But it comes out on the April 30th. That's the only game I've even heard about or found.
I heard that Ubisoft Sci-Fi Adventure Starlink Battle for Atlas is coming to the PC. That's not really much of anything, because it's been out on console since October of 2018. So
yeah,
that's that's like their Skylander style, where you get like the physical ship and you can like upgrade your ship. And I'm just like, they were way late to the game.
Interesting.
I honestly don't know why they did it.
I don't know why many people do a lot of things.
Yeah. In news though, Overwatch has started a kind of like a workshop mode to allow creators to start making custom stuff in the game, and it's got some interesting. There's already been some interesting mods. There's one where when you taunt it kills the enemies. So taunts are very fatal in that mode.
Is that like Call of Duty's version of teabagging?
Yeah, I mean
it's deadly. I mean,
yeah. So it's like a killer emote mode. It's kind of a fun little thing.
That would be interesting to try, actually.
Yeah. There's a lot that they've added. Like they've made it so like May could like ice surf and just all sorts of really weird stuff is happening. So it looks like the people have taken into that new custom mode kind of thing and just kind of ran with it. So
that's good. That keeps games alive and lets people express their creativity that I don't have. So that's good.
Yeah, I usually just don't have the time or money to make mods like that, but they sure are fun. So
agreed.
Also, this week Microsoft became a $1 trillion company.
Whew. That's a lot of money. That's like,
it is, isn't it?
That's more than like 3 zeros, at least.
Yeah, for sure. I thought that's kind of an interesting thing with Microsoft trying to renew its focus into Xbox a little bit more and kind of trying to expand Game Pass to be what seems like multi-platform. It's going to be an interesting future in the gaming industry.
Yeah, I'm curious as to where that's going to go.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure yet. BlizzCon 2019 tickets go on sale soon. It's going to return to Anaheim on November 1st. So,
can Dota TI go to Anaheim instead of China?
One can dream, but no. Yeah, they're definitely not. Yeah, apparently they're going to be pretty expensive, where the cheapest tier is $229.
Oof. What about
and there's a $550 portal pass that's upgraded, of course, and then a $750 one that lets you go to dinner with developers.
That's a lot of money for dinner.
Yeah, it's going towards a charity too.
Okay, I mean that kind of makes sense, but yeah. I don't have that kind of money to just throw around.
Oh no, man! Even the cheapest tier is like, that's pretty expensive to me.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'll probably just watch it on Twitch or something.
Yeah, we usually do the stream pass, or one of our friends, I should say, our Blizzard eccentric friends, do the stream pass, and we partake of it a little bit.
Yeah.
But there's not a lot of Blizzard stuff I'm interested in. Like Overwatch, I play a little bit here and there. Heroes of the Storm's pretty much going to get shut down,
yeah, they're not,
or it's on its way
doing
to
much
death.
With it. Good.
And that kind of leaves a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah, I mean, well, the Diablo game.
The Diablo
phone,
mobile game
did so well. Yeah.
So excited for that because when someone asked if you could play it on computer, we have phones, right?
Man, I was so excited when I saw that trailer with you guys. I was like, oh man, I didn't play any of the Diablo games at all. And I'm like, oh, but you guys loved them. And I'm like, oh man, this is gonna be fun. I can actually play with you guys this time. And they're like, and it's on the phone. I'm like, never mind.
Yeah,
I don't want it.
Diablo I played very little of. I was actually very excited to start a new Diablo with my buds here, but nope.
Yeah, because I knew Dagon Snake and Thief King were really big into it, so that's what I was.
They're huge Blizzard loyalists, so
they are.
And for me, it's like I played StarCraft and Warcraft 3, StarCraft 1, and then they just did World of Warcraft for so long. I never got into it, and I tried it, and it just wasn't my thing.
Yep, that happens sometimes.
It took 10 years for them to make StarCraft 2, and by that time, I really didn't care about Blizzard.
Yeah,
I never got into Hearthstone. It's just too much money to get good at.
Yeah, it's fun to mess around in. It was a good idea for them to make it on the mobile. But
for sure.
Just can't keep my interest.
Yeah, the next game I'll probably pick up from them is going to be the Warcraft remaster, but even then, I'm kind of wanting them to do something new. Like, Overwatch is cool, but I want something new from them.
They're kind of like where Valve is, where it's like, all right, you got some games that are doing well, but you gotta put something else out there. That's not a failed Hearthstone game.
I agree. Yeah.
Talking about oh man, I can never even remember the name of it. It's that bad.
Artifact.
Yep, that's it. Yep. Don't be an artifact.
Oh man. Yeah, I'm really hoping that the Epic Store stuff makes Valve go, hey, maybe we should make, I don't know, games and stuff.
Yeah.
Again.
But, Gaben doesn't know what the, number 3 is, so that's not his fault.
Yeah, that's fun. For some people don't know, they released a Gaben multi-kill announcer pack as a promotion for last year's big international tournament of Dota. And in it, he refuses to say the word 3, so, like, for a triple kill or something, he just says, like, impossible kill. And more than 2, but less than 4 kills.
Yeah,
it's pretty funny.
It's hilarious.
So, there's a video out there if you want to find it. It's... Even if you're not a Dota fan, it's a good laugh.
Yeah, all you probably have to type in on like YouTube is probably just Dota 2 Gaben kill, triple kill or whatever, and you'll find it. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, there's a skit. It's good. The biggest news this week, though, and it was very startling to me, but apparently, Epic Store said they will stop exclusives if Steam agrees to change their revenue split permanently.
To what?
To the same as them, the 88-12.
Huh.
And this is what the CEO said. I'm going to read his tweet. It's Tim Sweeney, I believe, from Epic. If Steam committed to a permanent 88% revenue share for all developers and publishers without major strings attached, Epic would hastily organize a retreat from exclusives while honoring our partner commitments and consider putting our own games on Steam.
Wow.
Yeah, it's insane because, I mean, every investor in these companies are like, what did you just say on Twitter? Is this binding? Like, what?
Yeah.
What is that?
Someone screenshot that so they can't go back on that.
Oh, it's screenshotted already on the website that I'm on, so...
I believe it. Oh, I mean, Steam probably needs to tone it down on the 30% anyways. That's what we were talking about first week, 2 weeks ago. In episode 1, but that's a lot. I think they should do it. I think Steam should go for it.
Yeah,
they can put their money where their mouth is.
Other caveats like games that can use any online system like friends and accounts and have no certification requirements. But that would be insane because, like, essentially, if what can be said can be completely honored there, they would bring games like Fortnite.
Oh my gosh!
The Steam store.
I didn't even think about that. I was thinking purely. Oh, that'd mean Satisfactory.
They should say considering. They did not say they would.
That's true.
So maybe Fortnite would never go, but
that's their baby. That's their moneymaker. So I mean, it would make sense.
But I mean, just the consideration is insane.
Yeah. That's if he even really means it. He could be like, ha, fooled ya. We're still doing exclusives.
Yeah, I agree. It definitely could be something like that.
But so we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah, I doubt Steam's going to act on a tweet, but crazier stuff has happened, so yeah. We'll see what goes down.
Yeah, even if they did it in half and did 15% or something, that would be massive.
Yeah.
But we'll have to keep our eye out and see what happens with that.
Well, yeah. Considering that that kind of segues us a little bit towards our main topic of Discord this week.
The best. Discord's just the best.
It really is. If you're not using Discord, we're not getting paid by Discord for this, but no. Discord is amazing.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah. Okay, but I'm going to start us off on this one with a little bit of history. I've been PC gaming for years, and we've had a lot of options, and none of them have been amazing. But basically, the voice over IP thing started pretty early on in gaming. I believe Mech Assault was one of the first games to integrate it into the game, and basically what was happening in the PC world at that time is nothing was consistent in the game. Some games would start adding that feature and some would not. Some of it would work really badly, and so people quickly were looking for different kind of app to use. And one of the first ones was TeamSpeak. And if you've never heard of TeamSpeak, that's probably because you're using Discord. But it came out in 2001. It was one of the earliest of them. And essentially, yeah, it just kind of touted the best voice quality that they had, and you could do different servers. But I think you had to find a server to connect to. It wasn't quite the same. And I used this one a little bit off and on, and it seemed to just vary in quality. I mean, internet speeds weren't as fast for me back then, especially, so it was just okay. And then after that, in 2002, Ventrilo came out. And that one I used quite a bit more. Essentially, though, it's the same kind of thing. It wasn't as good as TeamSpeak, but it was a heck of a lot easier to use. And that was extremely nice. And then, Skype rolled around in 2003, and Skype is probably the worst, but also everyone had it on their computer.
Yeah, if you need to talk with your grandma, Skype's the way to go.
And so Skype usually started out pretty good, but it did not go well for long gaming sessions, and it also kind of ate up a lot of your internet usage.
Yeah, and you can't close the system by just hitting the X button.
Skype is fascinating. So Skype ended up being, just for ease of use, the one we used the most, just because to get people set up on a Ventrilo or TeamSpeak, it took like a half hour sometimes or more.
Yeah.
Where Skype was just like, yeah, hop on and it'll take like 15 minutes.
Quality's terrible, but it's quick.
Well, the quality it's either horrible or decent. So
Yeah, you're right. It varies.
yeah. And then Mumble came out in 2005, and that's probably one of the best on the list. That one's it's an open source voice platform, so the community kind of took hold and definitely tried to make it something great, and they did pretty good. It's probably one of the most basic of looking of all of them, but it was doing pretty well until, of course, Discord came by in 2015, and yeah, it's kind of just taken over everything by a lot.
Yeah.
It's estimated that the number of users are more than 130 million. I've seen some say about 200 million active users.
And I actually have some numbers right here. Daily players is about 14 million. And then the peak current players is about 6 million, with 315 million messages sent a day.
Wow.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it definitely is. And so, why don't you tell me what makes Discord so good?
What doesn't make Discord so good? I mean, you got the servers that you can just, I only want this group of friends or this type topic in this section of this server with it's even hard to explain, but it's just there's so much customization on what you can do. I mean, you can have servers, you can give each other roles, and only certain roles can go into certain parts of that server. I mean, the voice quality is also very good. You can choose, if you're in the US, you can use, a Chinese one. If you're over there, it's just for the best quality.
I definitely think that's one of the things that let it take off is some of these others definitely let you host your own server, but not in the same way that Discord has. Discord kind of lets you make essentially your own community within your server. And, it perfectly integrates chat features as well as voice, and so it kind of is like the go-to place for friend groups. I mean, especially for some of us that play more on PC, we have 3 Discord servers, but we'll post memes to them, we'll talk about news in different games, just that kind of stuff.
I even have just friend groups in the message. So it's basically just a group message, and that's how I talk to some of my friends. I'm like, hey, we playing games tonight? And then everyone has it on their phone as well. Having it on the mobile phone app is actually super nice as well. But
I agree.
It's just so helpful. And
yeah, I mean, if I had a complaint, the mobile app is inconsistent.
It's lacking, but they're always trying to improve it.
But yeah,
I'll get that Discord message on my phone 10, 20, sometimes an hour later on my phone than I actually would on my computer. If I'm
what's interesting is that it's really random because normally I get them right on time, but then every now and again it's this message. No, not this message.
Yeah, this was actually an important message saying, "Hey, this is the plan. See you in 5 minutes."
Want a game? Yeah. No. Yeah.
That's always the one that never goes through.
It was really bad when the mobile app first launched. It was always like that. It was pointless to use.
Yeah, it's pretty good now, in my opinion.
Oh, I definitely agree. So I know that you found a little bit of numbers of how much money Discord has raised.
Yeah, just purely on investors. They have raised over $200 million. Wow. That's just ridiculous.
I watched it was kind of an inside look at Discord, and it was kind of showing just different aspects of Discord, and like everyone who works there is so young looking.
Yeah.
To be completely honest.
I mean, they're all probably pretty young just in general to come up with these ideas. And
Yeah, and the guy who actually started Discord, I believe that he tried to make, essentially it was a communication thing like Discord, but for like mobile apps.
mm-hmm.
And it was based on I can't remember the name of the game now, but it was based on this game, and he was just trying to connect people because he started realizing that there's just not a good option for gamers. That one pretty much fizzled out, but then he's like, no, let's go at this full-fledged. And essentially what they've done is they've created a very fascinating platform because they tackled it for gaming first,
Which was a smart choice.
It applies to just about everything.
Yeah. Yep.
So the CEO guy was saying, like, when I pitch it to gamers, he's like, it's like Skype for gamers, or Xbox Live for gamers, or stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then when he pitches it to developers, he's like, it's like Slack for gamers. So it's kind of like everything. Like they definitely found the right niche, and it's pretty impressive because a lot of Reddit channels and stuff will have their own Discord, even completely nothing to do with gaming.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of YouTubers will have their own exclusive Discords, and if you're a Patreon tier, you get access to certain ones. Twitch streamers have their own gated Discords.
Yep.
It's just
it's a great way to connect with a community that you're either involved with or interested in, or even like the leader of that community. It's great.
Yeah, I definitely agree, and some of them are really fascinating, and it just gets people with a similar interest together.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I know this sounds like we're just praising Discord the whole time, but to be honest, it's just kind of the best thing.
It's true.
So,
I mean,
yeah.
there's so much they could do with it, or so much they've already done with it. So it's a very interesting topic.
Yeah, and it's kind of interesting because essentially what they're trying to turn this into is, it seems like they're trying to turn Discord into like the social media for gamers.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, it's gonna be, it's just, I mean, it's definitely not the same as like an Instagram or a Twitter or something like that, but the connecting of the communities around certain games is definitely what's been happening. And Discord's realized that people are already doing like unofficial Dota channels and Fortnite channels and stuff like that, and so they're actually letting and working with developers in a recent post on their blog to basically make an official channel and give you additional perks within your channel if you're a game developer, so you can better connect with your community.
I think that's a great idea. I mean, it's just another platform for them to reach out to their community with, or their fans, and I love it. I love the idea of it.
Yeah, and Discord's they've integrated kind of recently like an updated news section where if you're kind of on nothing on the homepage, you can see different news, different updates for different games, which is a pretty cool thing. It's kind of becoming the hub.
Yeah, I mean, they're even a game launcher now, so it's they're trying to be the one in everything, which is interesting.
Yeah, that's a direction like I like, but I hate at the same time.
Yeah, I like it because I'm like, oh, if it did, it'd be like great because I wouldn't have to open all these other things. But it's also like, I want you to really just focus on, being a good communications thing more, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's hard because I don't really know where they can go with the communication aspect. Like, it's pretty good. Definitely some features I'd like to see is a way to maybe like tag stuff and keep it a little more organized. Maybe make pins a little bit better so they just always show up on the top screen. Things like that.
I demand the GIFs that are in the messaging system. I demand those to be on the mobile.
Oh yeah,
that's one of my demands.
Yeah, I unfortunately communicate with GIFs all the time. And by the way, if you say GIFs, you're wrong. I know the developer said I want to call him GIF, but he
was
he
wrong.
did it like 5 years after everyone else was calling it GIF. So like, sorry, man, it's a GIF. It's a graphic. Oh man, what does it stand?
Image.
Format. Yeah, I think it's like graphic image or something like that format. But anyway, it's not giraffic image format.
That's you sure about that?
Oh, I'm positive.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, where do you see Discord going in the next maybe 5 years? What do you think they're going to do?
It's hard to tell. They can go a lot of different directions. I personally think they're actually going to try and go into the like gaming launch direction, because they're already, they've already come out and said, like the Discord CEO Jason Citron, I think his name is. He even said, turns out, this is for last year, but turns out it does not cost 30% to distribute games in 2018. So what they've done is with their games is they do a 90-10 split with them developers. So that's even better than the Epic games, which is crazy.
Yeah, and it sounds. I also read something that they're trying to lower the cost as technology and stuff changes. They want to get that down even more. So that might end up being a valid marketplace for games. And since they already have a launcher that, I mean, it'll launch the game no matter what no matter what publisher thing it's in. You just have to sign into that one, but you don't have to open them all.
Yeah, it's actually pretty nice. I mean, I don't use that at all, but you never know. I might start.
I actually started using it because I was getting really pissed off about just all the launchers, and I use it for mainly anything that's not in Steam. So
yeah.
Some of the ways that Discord makes monthly, their main one is their Nitro kind of plan. And some of the perks just let you put in, bigger gifts. You can do, different tags. You can put emoticons that, exclusive icons that actually are animated. You can use icons from any of the channels you're subscribed to and any of the other channels, which is kind of fun too. And it helps them make the game or the system, And it's kind of a weird, like, humble bundle thing, too, where they give you a game each month.
Yeah, that's always a nice feature. Even if it's not a good game, it might just be an older one or something like that. That's just like, this is a decent game. It's free, whatever. I'll download it.
Yeah. So Nitro's an interesting one. I almost signed up a couple times for it, but I never found something to super justify the cost yet.
Yeah.
But it's something that I'll probably look forward to in the future if I start running more Discord servers myself.
Yeah, you can look forward to our Discord server in the future. We haven't gotten one yet, but we will.
Yeah, we're going to be starting that pretty soon.
Yeah, they've just been doing, another thing that's good is they've just been doing constantly updating it. Their the Discord, just everything on the mobile, on the desktop, or even like on the iOS. So I like that they're not just like, okay, we're doing pretty good, everyone loves us, we can just chill for a bit. No, they're constantly updating everything, trying new things. They realize people don't really like it, they'll take that back and do something else. It's a good format for a business to have.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, it's ever evolving, and it'll definitely be interesting to kind of see where it goes.
Yeah, because a lot of businesses are scared to do that because they're like, oh, well, we know this works, let's just stick with that, and then they slowly die off. Kind of like what Telltale Games did, if you remember them, or I guess they're still kind of around. Love their games, but it's the same game basically with every game.
Yeah, they had a lot of game engine problems as well. So
yeah, which is a shame. But that type of thing, they just didn't evolve with the time, and Discord's the complete opposite of that. Of let's just keep going, see what happens.
Yeah, they're definitely more venture capitalism focused, kind of Facebook hungry kind of thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it'll be interesting to see where it goes, and yeah, if you haven't tried it, give it a shot, or if you don't want to, then don't. I mean, I don't really care. Just thought it'd be fun to do kind of a history of the different VoIP channels that gamers have used, and honestly, it's led us to here, and it's a good time to be a PC gamer, to be completely honest.
Yes, it is. PC Master Race. That's just how it is. I'm sorry.
Yep, it's Master Race for a reason, because I'm not gonna lie, like Nintendo's and sometimes even Sony's online system is just still not as good as Discord.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I use Discord messaging probably more than I actually text, which is interesting.
Yeah, same here. I try to get just about everyone on Discord. It's kind of like what I used to use Hangouts for, but anyway, but let's talk about what are we playing this week.
Well, I'm gonna be playing Imperator of Rome a lot, trying to learn that game. That's what my mind will mostly be on.
Yeah. I know I say this every week, but I'm definitely going to play Overwatch's new mod.
Yeah, and how many times have you played it since you started saying that?
No, I say it every week. I haven't done it yet, but I saw online there's a new Hamsky taunt. What's his real name? I always call him Hamsky.
It doesn't matter what his real name is. It's Wrecking Ball, isn't it, or something like that?
Yeah, it's Wrecking Ball. It's stupid. He's Hamsky. Anyway, it's him like looking dramatically to the side, and then he does the gopher. I don't know if you're familiar with that gopher meme where he turns around suddenly and it zooms in.
Yeah, I do. It's a great one.
And if you get the newer skin with it, he's wearing sunglasses and they fall off his face, and it is probably one of the best things I've seen in my life.
That does sound amazing.
And so after seeing that, I have found a newfound commitment to Overwatch.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely am going to play that.
Mm-hmm. We'll see. I mean, you might be coming Jack Black, where he's like, no gaming this week, but...
Oh man, I hope not. I've kind of already done that with some of these weeks. I've only played a couple rounds of Dota, and that's all for the whole week.
I don't know. It's sad.
It happens, though.
Yeah, well, we play Dota like every week, so...
Yeah, it's true.
It's great. We'll always be playing Dota. It's a great game. If you have a couple 100 hours to learn it, I recommend it.
I mean, it's easy for new players. It only takes a solid 1,000 hours, and then you can be competent at the game. So
and only get, you stomped
mostly
a couple
destroyed.
100 times. Yeah.
No, it's
honestly, if you can get a group of
unfriendly.
friends, or if you have a group of friends that's already playing it, you should ask them if they can teach you, because it's honestly a great game of teamwork. So, like, some of my best memories with my friends is when I'm playing Dota and I just hit a good play, or we do really good and stuff like that. It's just awesome.
It's true. Those are fun. And if you're a League of Legends loyalist, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't have anything against the game. I just prefer Dota. That's all.
But yeah, anything else I'm trying to pick up this week? I wanted to buy Mortal Kombat, but I really struggle to buy those games. I struggle to buy those games day one because they always release like 8 new fighters, and some of them are ridiculous, like the Alien or Predator, and then I'm like, I don't want to pay for these separate, so I usually just wait for the Game of the Year edition for the Mortal Kombats.
It's not a bad idea, because you're not going to probably play it that much online, or at least that's my guess.
No, to be completely honest, I probably won't play it online at all.
So then there's no issue with just waiting.
Yeah, it's sad. They should have sent me a copy, and then I would have
Then we could have done a legit review on it, so any developers listening,
Yeah, we're thinking about that. In the future, we'd like to start doing some game reviews, and we're wondering if people would like them as part of the show, or if people would prefer to just have them be like separate downloads in the podcast itself, but not an actual episode.
Yeah.
So, if you have any opinions on it, feel free to let us know on Twitter's probably the best way to get a hold of us right now.
Probably. If you don't use Twitter, eventually when our Discord server goes up, we'll let you guys know. You can let us know on there as well.
Yep. We're just trying to get it all organized so it's an easier thing to do.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Probably play Siege again, Rocket League, the normals. That's it.
The norms. I did watch Endgame,
Oh, don't tell me anything.
I definitely won't.
Just,
so there's
is it good, or is it worth seeing? I guess I should ask. I'm assuming it's an obvious answer.
I couldn't possibly say that it's not worth seeing. I could not say that.
Okay.
There is some parts I will talk about in the future. The internet's decided that there's 2 weeks of spoiler free, and I definitely respect that. We're not going to do anything spoiler in the podcast, but there's a non-spoiler scene in it that we'll probably talk about in a couple of weeks. So.
Once I've seen it, hopefully.
Yeah, well, I hope you better.
Maybe I'll just not see it just to torture you, make you not be able to talk about it.
Yeah, no, let's not do that.
All right.
I haven't picked up any other TV shows right now. I know there's a few I've been somewhat interested in, but nothing.
Yeah, I haven't even seen any of the Game of Thrones either.
Oh yeah, neither one of us are Game of Thrones people.
I've watched some of it, but there's a lot of nudity and sex scenes in there that are just so unnecessary, in my opinion.
Dude, if your fantasy does not have incest, then it's not even a fantasy.
I don't know if that's true.
No, it's definitely not true.
Yeah, but in that series, you're not wrong.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't always love some of these grittier shows on the Showtimes and those. Even Walking Dead, I'm like, it's okay. It was okay, and then
the first few seasons of Walking Dead were really good.
But yeah,
we don't talk about it after that though.
But yeah, that's about all. I don't have a whole lot else going on. So
I don't either. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you for listening. If you liked it, please share it with a friend. Leave a great review. And if you hated it, just let us know what we can do better. As professional as we sound, we are actually still very new at this. So if you have any opinions about it or suggestions, please feel free to let us know. We're okay with criticism. Just don't be too harsh on us.
Yeah, come on. We all have feelings, all right? Be nice. Us master race people need to stick together, Or all these PS5 buyers and Xbox 2s or whatever the frick they're going to name their console.
Yeah. If you're a console peasant, we'll still chat. It's fine. We'll only look down on you a little bit. Don't worry about it, though.
I've been both. I've been in your console peasant shoes before, so don't worry.
I didn't get a PC till 2014, so don't worry about it.
Yeah. And mine was off and on, depending on how good my PC was or wasn't. So, Anyway, that's it. Follow us on Twitter. We're going to start being more active, and then we'll have our Discord. That'll definitely be the best way to get a hold of us in that future. So, yeah.
Sure.
Thanks for listening. And keep on gaming.
Bye.